We have seen conduction where it was shown mostly by solids. And why in solids? Because of their molecular structure. The molecules in solids are compactly arranged, and therefore the vibrations are carried away very fast. And we have also seen that in conduction there is no displacement of molecules. The molecules vibrate at their place, and therefore it is facilitated the most in solids. But in case of liquids and gases, the molecules are far away from each other, and the process by which heat is transmitted in them, it requires the movement of molecules. And this process or this mode of transfer of heat is called convection. So to define convection, we can say that the process by which heat is transmitted in liquids and gases by the actual movement of molecules is called convection. Liquids and gases are bad conductors of heat, and therefore heat is not generally transmitted through them by conduction. When liquids and gases are heated, they expand and rise. The cooler liquid or gas moves down to take the place that was occupied by the warm liquid or gas. And the cooler substance similarly gets heated up and rises. And this process continues till the entire substance is heated. So it's like a cycle. This continuous movement that is seen when a warm substance rises and a cooler substance settles down in its place is called a convection current. The warm substance or the warm air will rise, and it will create a vacuum or space over there, and that space is covered by the cooler air or the cooler substance. This is called convection, and this flow of current is called the convection current. Now let's study the convection currents in water. For this we need an activity, and for this activity what we will require a glass beaker, water, a crystal of potassium permanganate, a lighted candle, and a tripod stand. What will be done? The glass beaker is filled with water, and we have to drop one crystal of potassium permanganate in the beaker, and then the beaker is heated over a candle flame just below the crystal. What will you observe? You will see the movement of the colored water in the beaker. As you can see, the purple color water is moving, and you can easily observe the convection currents in water. Why this movement is there? It is getting heated up, it is going up, and its place is being covered by the cooler liquid, and then again that cooler liquid becomes hot and it goes up. So it goes on, and in this way you can see the convection currents in water. Now let's see the convection currents in air. For this what we need? We need a candle, matches, glass chimney, a paper, and some corks. We have to light a candle, and we will place it on a table. Then we'll place 3 corks. Corks are the small pieces just to support the chimney. Then these 3 corks will be placed around the candle, and we have to balance the glass chimney on the corks so that it is slightly raised from the table. Then set fire to a piece of paper and hold the paper below and just outside the chimney, and then see the direction by the smoke. As you can see in the picture, it is going up. The smoke is going up. You can see the direction of the convection currents that flow around the burning candle by watching the path taken by the smoke. So in this way we have seen the convection currents in water as well as in air. Now let's understand the example of convection currents in our everyday life, and the most common example are the land and the sea breezes. For understanding sea breeze and land breeze, there are 2 things which we have to remember. The first thing is that water takes longer time to heat than land, and it also takes longer time to get cool than land. And the second thing is that warm air has the tendency to move up. Warm air expands and it rises and it moves up. So remember these two things. It will be easier for you to understand sea breeze and land breeze on the basis of these two things only. Okay, let's start. During the daytime, the land gets heated quickly. Why? Because of the heat of the sun. And since the land has got heated up, the air above it will be warm. And I have told you that warm air has a tendency to move up. So the warm air above the land will move up and it will create a space where it was already present. And I have also told you that water takes time to get cool and takes time to get heated. So the air which is present above the sea is cooler if we compare it to the air which is present above land. So the cool air from the sea will move towards the land to cover the space which is being created by the warm air. And in this way, the cool breeze will move from the sea towards the land. And this movement or this flow of air from sea to land is known as sea breeze. After sunset, the land will cool quickly. But again, water will take time. And since the land has got cool, the air above the land will be cooler if we compare it to the air which is above the sea, because the water is still warm. So the warm air which is present above the sea will move upward because it has the tendency to move up, and the cooler air which is above the land will move towards the sea to cover up the space which is being created by the warm air of the sea. And in this way, the cool air will move from the land towards the sea, and it is called the land breeze. Now let's see some of the applications of convection currents. The first example is chimneys. Smoke and gases from the houses and factories, they can be removed through chimneys. The hot air and the smoke rises up through the chimneys due to convection currents, and the cooler air enters through the windows and doors. The same funda that warm air rises up. The second application is for ventilation. Ventilators, they are the tall windows or openings, and they are near the ceilings. Again, the hot air rises and it escapes through the ventilators near the roof. It is replaced by the cool air that comes through doors and windows. In some of the rooms and halls, exhaust fans near the ceiling remove the warmer air from the room to the outside using the same phenomena of convection currents. The other application is of air conditioners. The air conditioners or ACs, they are installed near the roof. The cool air moves down and the warm air near the surface of the room, it rises up, thereby setting up convectional currents which cool the whole room effectively. So in this way, we have seen the two modes of heat transfer, conduction and convection. So tomorrow we will study about radiation and we will study about the structure of thermoflask and how it works. Thank you.